Hey everyone, I saw this project from SawdustNmore and you probably saw it as well, except I wanted to make it a little bit more wall. This is what I came up with. Let's take a look at it and build it. And if you haven't already seen the original video, it's going to be at the top of my description. So after you see this video, make sure you go check that out and leave him a subscribe. I'm currently searching to find a nice scrap piece, and I have this piece of oak. I would have preferred maple because maple is a little bit nicer to work with, but this piece of oak right here will do just fine for what I need. You can see there's a lot of pressure in this wood, so I'm actually going to chop it down to make it a lot more manageable. And I'm gonna go for 16-inch chunks. I should only need 2. And now I'm going to take these over to my jointer, and I'm only going to be jointing 2 faces, and I was going to flip over to my planer, but since the material is thin enough, I can just use my table saw. Also, there's a lot of other work going on in here, and I don't feel like moving all this stuff right now. Okay, I'm gonna set the walnut aside for right now, and we're gonna do a few measurements on these pieces right here, and then we're gonna be cutting them out on the miter saw, starting with our first piece. We are going to measure 15 inches, and we will cut that out. And this 15-inch piece is going to be for the back. We're gonna need 2 4-inch pieces. I'm going to measure in 3.5 inches from both sides, and then we're going to be doing 45-degree bevels at these points. It's good to visualize things, make sure it's gonna look kind of the way you want it to. Now we're gonna move over to our cross, which is actually easier than you think. All right, so from my walnut piece, which is 1 by 1 inch, I'm going to pull into 5.5 inches, and from the other side, I'm going to pull in 7.5 inches. On the long side of our cross, we are going to measure down 2.25 inch and 3.25 inch. We're going to make a mark at both of those points. Measure down 2.25 inches and measure in from the opposite side 2.25 inches. Crosscut sled. I'm going to use a 1/2 inch setup block. We're going to carve out all that material. Now before I glue these, I'm just going to hit them with some 120 grit sandpaper. I'm going to go ahead and do a tiny little chamfer all the way around here, because it's just going to make it look a little bit nicer. Okay, so now we're going to start working on some of the assembly. We need to drill a whole bunch of holes. So take one of your 4-inch pieces and put it along the top and draw a line. You measure up 3 inches from the bottom, and you want to do the exact same thing. Draw a line, 4-inch piece, and so we are going to pre-drill a hole here and here. We're going to do the same thing here and here, but the 3-inch one is going to be slightly different. There's going to be one more hole in the middle that's going to be slightly larger, a 1/4 inch, and it's going to go all the way through.
We will also add a keyhole slot at the top.
Hello.
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 I'm so weird. Now I've got quite a few ideas of things that you could do with this, and I came up with this heart as well, which will hang right up here, string right here, and then it just spins around in circles. I think it's a pretty cool idea. What ideas would you have to modify this project? Let me know. Comment down below. One of our 4-inch pieces, we are going to measure in 3/4 of an inch. Find the center, which should be 7/8 of an inch. Now I'm just going to use the 1/8 inch bit on here, and I'm going to drill down like a little bit more than halfway. Okay, I have my dowel jig set up, set my stop collar so that I'm going to go right past that hole.
And you drill this hole right down the center.
Okay, so the magic of this project comes from fishing wire and magnets. You need some pretty strong magnets. These 1/8 inch N52s are not enough. I would recommend 3/8 of an inch at least, or bigger. I went with these 1/2 inch ones. They are very hard to get apart, so keep that in mind, and they pinch. Also keep that in mind. Now, one more thing I would recommend is when you have two like this, put a mark on this side and put a mark on this side. And then when you're putting your magnets in, make sure the mark is not visible. Then they will stick together. You're going to want to find the center of your cross. Now and I'm going to be using the 1/8 inch bit on my countersink bit. Flip over to the other side, grab a 1/2 inch Forstner bit. Now you won't need much CA glue, but drop some CA glue in the top, drop your magnet in, give it a spray. I'm going to take my CA glue and I'm going to fill this little hole, stick in my fishing line, and spraying it to solidify it. All right, we got a plug. I'm just gonna let it sit for a bit. Now, for doing my hole, as we did before, we are going to measure in 3/4 of an inch. Then we are gonna find our center, which is going to be 7/8.
Center punch and then drill a 1/2 inch hole about the depth of your magnet, or a little bit deeper if you want to do a plug above it. And then we'll attach that piece with the magnet facing downwards on the top of our back.
Now, I'm gonna cut a very generous amount of fishing line attached to here, and I'm going to feed it into my hole here on top, pull it through here,
and attach this block about 3 inches up from the bottom. I took a quick moment to cut my plug and then attach my brace pieces with some glue.
Okay, so for mounting the cross, the way that I have found to be the easiest is if you take a piece of material that's like 1/2 inch or so, something where it is holding itself, and then you're gonna pull your string fairly tight.
Wrap it around one of your screws.
So initially I had a hole here and I had this little screw and I was gonna use that, but it's not a pan head, so it won't actually pull the wire tight. So I moved over to this one that I have here. Like so. We are spinning and floating, as you can see. Perfect. You just dodge everything. Awesome. Now that we have this set up, and it just goes, ah, it's so cool. I got some sanding to do to clean this up, so I'm gonna clean it up, and then we're gonna do a nice chamfer all the way around all of these edges, and I also need to saw this off at the top, so I'll do that first. Sometimes you make mistakes, and that's okay. Hit it with some more 150 grit. All right, so besides the obvious execution of miters, so this side's not too bad looking. This side is absolutely terrible. You could plug all that. You guys know what to say. Throw some oil on it, make this thing perfect and pretty. Hey guys, let me know what you think about this project idea. Well, this is what I ended up with. I think it looks pretty cool. I did a couple things different from the original.
And as always, I will see you in the next one.